first, then we have the chorus with the bridge, stop at the end, and then we go into the boom booms on the bridge. And there's a break. Yes, before the boom boom. And then there's a break at the end of this chorus, and then they go into the band. That other one, I don't know, I still like that. Sorry.
Music on. Judy? Music on.
And I'll tell you, after I fry him.
Okay, we have no live broadcast this morning because the mouse pad won't work on the iPad.
Why not get something that will light the stage? There's $50 a pop. And there's full BMX control. So you can get a USB to BMX controller, or you can buy a show.
So we get an electrician for those.
I don't think that, well, that would be an ideal thing, to break them into a separate circuit. Yeah, because here's the deal, is when you turn them on, they'll all come on white, because he's like, I just want white light. It's like, well, that's fine. Here's where I'm going with it, is that, yes, you're gonna have this white light. Now, going forward with it, you can actually, I mean, they're RGB, they'll make any color. Okay, and they can each be addressable as an 8-channel unit, so you would need 32 channels of DMX to actually run them, so that they're completely independent. So you could be running and they really intense colors. All the colors are extremely intense. $205 plus an electrician. $205 for the fixtures. Well, you can just leave them for right now. If you've got them on a switch, you just leave the switch. If you climb up on the step ladder, you set one to master. Yeah, or you set all 4 to the same color, which I think it's color 9 is white. And when you turn it on, it will all wake up to color 9 and stay there. You know? If you put them on auto, hey dude.
Hey dude. How you doing?
I mean, the thing is that then it takes off from there. Now, if you, I bought like 2 of them to test it. And then I bought a moving kit.
Thank you very much.
Yep, then I went to eBay and I used the Shiba laptop with a touch screen.
Okay, so I got a question for you. Do we have 2 things on Thursday night? All right. So Becky's upstairs. Okay. All right. Good.
And play up the Chambers thing, Marianne
I will.
Chambers thing.
Okay.
She's coming Wednesday night. She's a really cool lady.
So I bought 2 of them, and basically,
April
And
22nd
if you
is
don't
the,
get to that one, that's okay. But
the Bravo Bonfire.
no, but yeah, we need to do that. The Susie thing on the last Wednesday night of this month. If you don't get to that one today, that's not a deal.
yeah, the controller.
I'm out of town on the
See
22nd.
what I want to do is because I've got.
Yeah, we put that on the calendar in October of last year.
This program I can draw.
What I would say is if there's anything in particular you want to make sure that somebody is recognized for, just let us
Gotcha.
know.
To there. So as she has solos, it's not a big one. She pushes the square and corresponds to that guy. Yeah, well, Yeah, you have to program it X, Y, and so you're programming in 3 dimensions. So the dimensions of the stage then come into effect. Is how high is your stuff? Yeah, so the other cool thing is because it's all, I mean, you can save setups. So we fix it, we call it some back.
You know, some of these things,
So
like, you know,
like this, always blue.
I don't know that you have to announce Becky has to read it every week.
Well, I
She's
know.
doing the same thing every week. I don't think we do.
I'm thinking that we need to maybe get a poster size display out there that has something that,
Right.
so,
Well, and the deal is, it's running through here. We want to eventually get something in the Namaste Cafe or in this lobby that's running through there because, you know, again, we're trying to teach people to be responsible.
Exactly.
Announcements.
and I said that last night, it took me longer to do the announcements than it did to do the PowerPoint for the service. That's part of what we had talked about before, about getting to where we don't do a lot of this on the stage, so. All right. Look at all the tie-dye.
Isn't it
Isn't that cool?
crazy?
Yeah, yeah. You gotta understand, you're picking up light all the way through it, so. Going right through it, I get it. Yeah. So the light is bathing. Yeah, everything's. It's not quite there, but it's close. It's definitely like the thing is that what you'll notice more than anything else is you'll notice the people that are in the video, and the people will be lit with a color that makes it work. But you're still picking up this yellow tint.
Oh, good. That's all kinds of not readable.
The mouse pad's not working right here on the laptop, so I had to restart it 3 times, and it's still not. I closed it to work on something up there, and I've had that happen before, but usually if I restarted it came back on. I'm afraid something in here is loose, and I don't. So I was able to connect.
My computer sometimes.
I was able to connect this one just to get everything up and started, so I can alt tab through what I need to now. But
My mama raised me all the way up. She did. I look forward to every Sunday.
Good morning.
So much fun.
She teaches at Glencliff High School with Judy, so. Yes, she's special.
Actually, no. It's been awful.
Lynn Bowman.
No. I'm not happy.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you. No, Billy's on the way headed to New York with a friend of hers.
Hey.
Ready? I'm ready if you're ready.
I'm thinking you do a shirt.
My last 2 I've got to
Then you do a shirt.
on my bucket list.
Yes, she does.
Said she was a little hoarse. It's getting better.
She's an interesting person. When I heard the music that she sent Judy, I was like, why in the world is she teaching Spanish? Probably to pay the bills, right? Right now. Yeah, she's really cool.
About what to wear. So that's what she's talking about, is wearing a purple shirt.
Right there, all underneath 2 things there.
More than
All right. Thank you, sweetie pie. You had a kinder, gentler week.
Yeah, it's getting better.
Good. Really? Lordy.
Maybe it's tough.
Right, you never know.
Anybody tell you there are cookies in there?
No. I can't leave now, so.
Want me to bring you cookies?
Sure, would you? That'd be awesome. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much.
We keep you happy back here.
Huh?
How are you?
Trying to not let this computer stress me out.
Kind of not feeling a dance right
Hmm?
He waits until Sunday morning. But I'm up to here, like what I do, and he's once you talk about lights and all this technical shit, I said, dance are 6 days in the week, not Sunday morning. And I got a meeting this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Choose a better time. Please.
It's not like you're not available through email or text or other means to just shoot somebody an email and say,
We
hey.
chat about something. Periodically, I'll look things up during the week, and I can give them feedback.
Uh-huh.
And it's, what did you say? What did you say? And he's following me around like
Well, what gets me is the ones that come in right after services started, and I'm trying to do both of these, and a tap on the shoulder, and I'm like, Oh, Cadrick said this morning that he needs a haircut, but he doesn't want you to cut it. He wants Missy to cut it.
Missy?
I don't know why.
Okay.
I mean, this is coming from a 3-year-old, so.
Because you know I make them.
Because you make him sit
Real
still?
haircut.
Like Missy wouldn't make him sit still? Are you kidding me?
Part cut it while you're sleeping.
So yeah, it was kind of funny.
What time on Thursday do you need? It's this Thursday, right? I'm gonna go give them the final.
Oh, it starts at 7, so if they can be here by 6:45, and I don't mean scooting in at 6:49.
One of them, sorry.
One, yes.
What's going on Thursday?
My coloring meditation.
Oh. Ooh, going all tie-dye today.
Did you not notice how many people are wearing tie-dye?
I did notice.
I'm sitting here like holding it and like twitching and flipping it around and fidgeting with it, going, "Don't forget to give this to Debbie. Give this to Debbie." So when I saw you, it was like my brain went poof. Give that to Debbie. So it worked. Sitting here playing with it and reminding myself.
Downloading or anything?
Oh no, not at all. It was great. This has stopped working.
Touchpad?
Yes. And I don't have enough ports to run a mouse, a camera, and her clicker.
We got a USB though.
I know.
Bring it in next week.
I know. And if I'd have remembered, I would have. But I can't. I need. It's easier to do mouse on this one and keyboard on this one, but it was not what I needed to start this morning. I got it to the point where I can Alt-Tab through everything else, but and what happened is I closed it to work on something up there, and when I opened it back up, it wouldn't work. And I've had that happen before, but if I restarted it, it came back on. I've restarted it 3 times. I've tried the little on-off function. There's nothing. So I don't know if we've lost that completely or something's loose. I got 11:02. What you got?
If you can bring me up in here with about an hour, I can take it apart and see if the cable's just loose from the touchpad to the main board. But since I've never taken apart this particular style of notebook before, I need at least an hour to make sure that I can get it apart and back together again. And I'll need a tiny screwdriver. If I can get a tiny screwdriver. Actually, wait, I have one. I have a T15 driver. Some real crap there.
headset around the webcam can be heard on the live feed.
You can mute the webcam.
Not without the mouse, I can't. Not at this point. Okay. Thanks for the heads up, guys.
Welcome to Unity of Music City, where we create experiences of authentic transformation. That is what we do. That is who we are. I am so pleased to tell you today that our special music guest is Allison Brazil, sitting right over here. Allison is a colleague of Dr. B's over at Glen Cliff High School, and she is also a great singer. I heard her practicing coming in, and a violinist, and her music is designed to connect and inspire and energize. And so, sounds to me like she's kind of a unity person. It's kind of what we do around here. I've got just a couple of announcements. I don't want to overload you with these, but remember there's a yellow bulletin at the back you can pick up. It'll tell you about all of this stuff. So, you know, take a little responsibility. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Love, joy, peace. All right. This week, you got all kinds of opportunities with Becky Astorita with Psych Yoga on Tuesday night from 7 to 9. You can read more about it in the bulletin. Reiki and Restorative Yoga Workshop on Thursday night, April 14th. So, and also next Sunday, Becky is doing a Sweethearts Retreat from 2 to 4 in the afternoon to help build interpersonal trust, boundary setting, communication, and better awareness of others. So please pick up the bulletin and look at the details of that, or ask Becky about that later. This Wednesday night at our regular Wednesday night class, we have a special guest, Mary Ann Chambers, who's going to be talking with us about our connection to Mother Earth. So that's going to be a special Wednesday night class. We'd love to invite you to join us 7 o'clock. There's a suggested love offering of $20, but I think it's going to be an experience that you won't want to miss. I also want to mention quickly, listen, I don't do anything quickly, do I? Except talk. I want to mention briefly that on Friday, April 22nd, is our Bravo Bonfire. This is a way to celebrate all of those people who do put in volunteer efforts to make this spiritual community run as beautifully as it does. So, of course, that would be just about all of us. Just put it on your calendar, April 22nd. The board and the leadership will be, I believe, cooking out, yes, and feeding you, and there'll be a bonfire, and, you know, we always have a good time. And now we're going to stand up and sing again, because that's when we have the most fun. Get on your feet. For you. If anybody is driving a white Ford Explorer, I believe your lights are on. And you know what? You don't want to miss any of this, so just let the battery die. Just stay here. You won't want to miss it. But if you have some kind of big white Ford thing, your lights are on. I also want to mention that after the service, Sharon Duffy will be in the lobby. She is the leader of our membership ministry, and if any of you still have not kind of re-upped your membership, she'll be there. Just stop by the table and let her do it. Is there anybody who's here for the first time and willing to admit it by raising your hands and letting us know? Awesome. Thank you so much. It's great to have you with us. We know that you are here by divine appointment. And when I look around at all these colorful, tie-dyed folks, this is not a fluke. We're not a part of, I don't want to say the word called. We're not a part of anything. We're just all peace-loving people around here. And we're still celebrating coming off of our Nashville Chooses Peace Festival that was such a beautiful, magical experience for us. And so when I look around, I know, Judy, that I am in the right place at the right time, with the right people, to receive my good. So I'm going to ask B to come on up, and the children can go upstairs if they, yeah, there they are. As we get ready for the more sacred part of our service, and B is going to lead us in the sacred reading. Good morning. With the prayer chaplains, the other prayer chaplains besides me, please stand. We just want you to know that we are here to pray with you because we know that prayer is the heart of the Unity Ministry. And I wanted you to be aware that this prayer box is available for your prayer requests, your written prayer requests. We have a new procedure. It will be located in the prayer room by the window. If you'd like to put your prayer requests in there, the chaplains will pray over these requests, and then they will be sent to Silent Unity for continuing prayer. Thank you. Open our hearts today. The compassion and the healing presence of peace may be our companion. April's sacred readings are taken from Daily Words on Healing, printed by Silent Unity's employees Colleen Zuck, Janie Wright, and Elaine Meyer. These readings will bless our lives with messages of springtime renewal. The affirmation: I have faith that the presence of peace brings healing to my mind, my body, and my soul. Together. I have faith that the presence of peace brings healing to my mind, my body, and my soul. At times, when our understanding seems to be challenged by appearances, we may doubt that we have the faith to be peace, to bring healing to the situation. We may think that some conditions are beyond peace, beyond our power to heal. Take heart. Hold to the truth that you are divine. Open your heart to the healing presence of peace. Know that peace-filled universal energy is flowing through you now, leading you to wholeness and holiness. This peaceful healing energy is available to you at any hour of any day. If we have doubt or fear that seems to stand in the way of our peaceful healing presence, remember the words of Jesus, the Master Teacher, to the woman who pressed through the crowds in order that she might touch the hem of his garment. He said to her, "Your faith has made you well." Let us remember that the power of healing lies within each of us. As we awaken to the energy of peace flowing through our veins, we allow that healing to spring into action in our bodies, minds, and spirits. Let us give thanks in advance for the peaceful healing that is coming forth right here and right now. And from Psalms 17, translated by Nana Merrill. Open our hearts today that compassion and the healing presence of peace may be our companion. Where I meet pride, humble me. Where I meet anger, calm my fears. Where I meet injustice, cause me to act in love's way. When I am fully awake, I shall dwell in the house of love and joy and peace.
So I ask that you just get into a peaceful place in your chair and begin to focus on your breath. And breathing in, God is. And breathing out, I am. I have faith that the presence of peace brings healing to my body. And so I allow the presence of peace to flow
from the top of my head to the bottoms of my feet. With every breath I breathe, allowing that peace to flow in and through me, touching every cell, every organ, and bringing my body into harmony with peace. I have faith that the presence of peace brings healing to my mind. And I allow that presence of peace to flow to my mind. Allowing me to think peaceful thoughts. Thoughts of wholeness and holiness. I have faith that the presence of peace brings healing to my soul. And as I go into a moment of silence, I allow the presence of peace to do its mighty work in the silence, in the silence. Living, loving spirit, the creative energy that created everything we see, in which we live and move and have our very being. Open our hearts today, that compassion and healing may be our companion. Where I meet pride, humble me. Where I meet injustice, cause me to act in love's way. When I am fully awake, I will dwell in love, in joy, and in peace. It's in every one of us, and so it is.
So great to be here this morning here at Unity. I'm so very happy to be here, and I thank you for all the warmth and the hospitality and everything. As I came in, it's just such a joy to be here this morning, such a breath of fresh air. And I pray every morning that I may be an instrument of peace, and just the fact that you're concentrating on peace, and that it's up to us to be peace is just such a different message than we hear day in and day out. And it's so refreshing, and I thank you for being here. Sometimes it does get really, really hard to be peace-loving people. And sometimes we feel really down, and things get dark, and our life gets hard, and we feel like we're nothing else, and we just cry out, I'm done. I'm dead. I'm a pile of bones. I'm nothing. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep going on. And that's what this next song is crying out to a higher power. Guide me up because I'm dead. I'm gone. I'm out. I'm completely dried up like bones. And I need you to revive me and give me that breath and speak peace and joy and love and life back into me. Hope you enjoy it. Worked up such a hunger, thirsty, Nothing is nothing. Dry bones. Nothing is nothing. Dry bones. Nothing is nothing.
Didn't I tell you on my Facebook page who's gonna rock the house today? And of course, when Judy played your music for me, Allison at home, I was like, why is she teaching Spanish at Lake Cliff High School? So, yes, we do. And I'm sure that pays the bills, but I hold in faith that you're gonna be out there doing more and more of that. Yes. Could you hear in that song words, when my heart's overwhelmed? Will I cry unto thee, lead me to the rock that is higher than you? That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about what faith really is. And what I want you to hear from me before I even get started is we had the faith to put together that event that we had last week. We did. With all kinds of things that people would say, well, you can't do this and you can't do that. Oh, yeah, we can. And we did. And it was amazing. And what I know is even next year is even going to be more amazing. Because we're going to have more people now that are going to want to come and be a part of it. That we're going, you're going to do what? How are you going to do that? Well, just watch us. So now, we'll just invite other people to be a part of it next year. Because faith, to me, personally, is a journey. It's not something that you download and get it on your computer and it just is. Faith is a journey because even when I feel full of faith, you ever been really revved up and you were full of faith, and then all of a sudden something comes across your radar and you go, I wasn't expecting that. And how do I stand in faith in that? So that's what today's lesson is about. You know what, Dave? I think that part of that is because of this thing right here and where I am, but I have no idea. Awesome. So, that's Papa Charlie, who started this whole thing that we call unity. And he has a definition of faith that the first time I ever heard it, I thought it was a little bit over the top. I was like, hey, wow. But those of you that are brave enough to come join us on Wednesday night, we've been studying Christian healing. And what we've begun to understand is that book that was written in the early 1900s is about quantum physics. He didn't call it that. He called it the ethers. But it's the same thing. And his definition of faith is the perceiving power of the mind. It's supposed to be linked instead of lined, but that's okay. Linked with the ability to shape substance. What that says to me is that I have the power within me to create things. Ta-da! Oh, so quiet. Some of you are still in your jammies. They look like tie-dye jammies. That means that what I think manifests. We've been talking about that on Wednesday night, that it's divine mind. It's an idea that comes through divine mind, and then you manifest it with your expression. That's the way it works. That is the unity's Trinity. What we were told as we were growing up Trinity was God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. God the Father to us is divine mind, universal energy, where the substance of everything begins. God the Son is ideas that come from that substance into your beingness, because you are the sun or the dark. And then God, the Holy Spirit, is you expressing what you have thought about. That's pretty simple. But sometimes we get caught up in how that all works, and it gets a little convoluted. She also sang about a rock. And so as I saw what her song was about, I thought I'm going to play with that a little bit this morning, because in unity, we believe in 12 powers, which Charles said to us, if you've ever studied the 12 powers, those 12 powers, if you embody them fully, you will show up as the Christ. The first time I ever took that class, I kept waiting. I was like, when is that going to happen? Whoosh. When am I going to show up as the Christ? And I took that class 4 or 5 times, and I kept thinking, this is really interesting. I wonder what I'm going to feel like when I show up as the Christ. And then I got into a class with somebody who started talking about Peter, the disciple, which in unity stands for faith. And I kind of began to understand that my journey was very similar to his. And you probably will have some similarities in your life to his journey. He walked on water. That's pretty miraculous. If you remember the story, he saw in the Bible the story, and remember, in unity, those of you that have never been here, we don't necessarily read the Bible as a history book. Okay? Just for your information. The Bible to us is an exploration of evolving consciousness. The Old Testament has a lot of stories where God is this big thing that everybody's scared of. That was Old Testament consciousness. That if I don't do it right, something bad's going to happen to me. Smite me. Yes, that word smite is in the Old Testament a lot. My mother understood smiting. She understood it very well. Because I got smitten lots on many different places. New Testament consciousness is a little bit more elevated than that, but what I will tell you about just basic New Testament consciousness, it's everybody waiting for somebody to come and save them from something. And we've been waiting for over 2,000 years. Except a few of us have begun to realize we are it. We're what we've been waiting for. But Peter, in the story, in the New Testament, saw, him and the disciples were out on a boat, and they saw this figure walking on the water. I thought it was a ghost. He said, oh, I'm scared. But Peter recognized the figure and said, I believe that that's Jesus. And if he can do that, he said, I can do it too. And so Peter steps out onto the water, and he starts walking. And all of a sudden, he gets a little ways from the boat, and he goes, any children in here? And immediately, when he took his eyes off of Jesus, he sunk into the water. Nobody wants to know how you say that in Aramaic. I don't know. that Jesus reached out and grabbed him and pulled him back up. But I want you to think in your life, when you have had the faith to do something pretty wonderful, and all of a sudden you get out there in it, and then you go, shoot, I'm really doing this. Where is Jamie? I thought I saw her in here. Yes, she's sitting back there. I remember the evening when Jamie London and I, with Judy, performed on the Skirmerhorn stage. And when they started announcing our names to coming out there, I was doing the same thing. I gotta sing. I gotta really do something. Because these people don't, come for no reason. They expect me to do something. And Jamie had gone to the bathroom. And Judy was going, where's Jamie? And I went, I don't know. Oh, shoot. So sometimes you get excited about events in your life and you think, oh, this is going to be exciting. And then all of a sudden you take your eye off the goal. And you go inside yourself and go, I'm scared. Let me do this. Peter was known for his faith, but he did that. There's another thing that he did. In the story in the Bible, this is when Jesus was actually going through his events with Pontius Pilate and those kind of people, and they were saying ugly things about him and what they were going to do to him and blah, blah, blah. Well, his disciples were not up there close and personal because they were scared to death. Peter was hanging out with some people beside a fire, and they said to him, I think you were with that man, Jesus, weren't you? And he said, oh, no, I don't know him. And then another one came up and said, I thought I saw you with that man, Jesus. He said, oh, no, I don't have a clue who you're talking about. That was not me. And then one other person said, I really, really believe you were with Jesus. And in the scriptures, it says he cursed. I don't know what he said. Shit. I was not with him. Metaphysically, that story means I don't even know that I'm cursed. I'm not. Because somebody's going to say to you at some point in time, I saw you walking on the water. No, that was rich of me. It's not. But I really did see you. No, it wasn't. I promise you it's not me. Is it not Marianne Williamson that says that our greatest fear is our light? We are so afraid of how big we really, really are and what we really can create that we enjoy staying little. Even though we bitch and moan about it for days. You thought about that? I don't want to be little. I want to be big, big, big. Remember Paula Languth Ryan when she was here with us? She made us practice that. I'm big, I'm big, I'm big. The whole board was sitting around the table feeling ridiculously strange, going, I'm big, I'm big, I'm big. We forget. He didn't want to admit that the Christ was within him because he was afraid of what might happen. And then the last thing that happened to him, there's in the scriptures this place where Jesus had risen from the dead. And he comes back and he sees his disciples and he walks through the wall. I don't know what God would say if somebody walked through the wall today. Wow, look at that. I want to do that too. That's cool. But what Peter said was he said, Jesus, I really, really, really am so excited to see you. Wow. And I just knew that you were going to do this. Yeah, right. And Jesus asked him 3 times the same question. He said, Peter, do you love me? Peter said, yeah, I do. He said, feed my sheep. 3 different times. He said, Peter, do you love me? And Peter said, yes, I do. And he said, then feed my sheep. And one more time, Peter, do you love me? And he said, yes, I do. And he said, Peter, feed my sheep. Now, Jesus didn't have a bunch of sheep. Do you know what he was talking about? He was talking about going out and taking this message to other people. Because Jesus was trying to tell them, it's not about me. Forget me. It has nothing to do with me. What you have learned is for you to take out. Your faith, you have to show it outside of this room where we've been. So I'm going to ask you some questions this morning and talk about what we did, what we pulled off last week. The why. Why did we even do such a thing? Why was that so important for us and that it needed to be us? Can you see that? As I said a little while ago, people for over 2,000 years, and they're still waiting for Jesus to come back. They're waiting. Some of them at different times. I remember when I was a teenager, there was this whole big thing that people were going up on this mountain on a certain day, and Jesus was going to come back, and I was confused that my parents weren't going. It's like, okay, I'm going to be left here all by myself, I guess. I don't know. But people have done that many, many times over the years because they've misunderstood the message. The message is the second coming. Look in the mirror when you get home and you'll see the second coming. It's you. You're the one. If you don't do it, no one else is going to. I don't know how much of this you can see. As I said in my weekly email, Brenda Williams has been such a light for the last 7+ years in this church. Some of you may have seen her at the event. She was, and we have a picture of her down on almost her hands and knees signing the Peace Bowl. But some of us, when we first moved to this facility and these grounds, Brenda Williams and Janice Mickle started talking to some of us about how important it was that we anchor peace, love, and joy to these grounds. At the time, I didn't really even get it. I wanted to. I don't know how much Valerie got. I'm sure she wanted to too. Some of us that spent hours and hours talking about it, about why it was so important. But some of you can see latitude 29 to 37 and longitude 67 to 91. What I want to tell you is the Middle Tennessee corridor is considered the fulcrum or the tipping point for consciousness on our planet. Now, I didn't make that up. Those are people that are in physics and other kinds of energetic kind of work that know much more about this than I do. But I know that when we got this land, we were told you were guided to buy this land for a reason. And we need to be the ones to anchor peace here. We need to be the ones to anchor joy here. We need to be the ones to anchor love here. It was important to many people. There were probably people here that you did not recognize or know that have been holding this vision with some of us for over 7 years. I even, at one point in time, lost my own faith and left because I couldn't hold the vision in my own body. Just like Peter. I started walking across the water and all of a sudden went, whoops, shit, I can't do this. Because at that point in time, there were even people in our congregation who didn't get it and who were upset, and I just couldn't hold it. It's why it's been so important for me and for some of us to say that we have to help each other. When we get in those places where we need to be saying, guide me up, there's got to be somebody out here we can reach out to and go, my faith is wavering today.
Because it's part of what happens. It's a journey. It's part of the process. Unity of Music City heard that call. I think that's why when we came here that Sunday, how many of you were here the Sunday we came here just to look at this property and this land? I remember, see, very few of us are still here. I remember my 2 sons were young. And the youth were running in and out and up and down and screaming and hollering and going, oh, we have to buy this building. I was like, Austin, what are you going to pay for it with, honey? But I mean, it was so much more than where we had been. And the kids were so excited about places to have youth experiences. It was amazing. And I remember Cynthia Smith coming and saying to me, she put her arm around me because Judy and I were getting ready to go on vacation. And she said, what do you think? And I said, I think it's ours. And I'm going on vacation, and I have no idea how it's going to happen, but God's got the how. And God had the how. Because we had a few people who went to the bank. Me being one of them. You think I've ever negotiated with a bank? Look at me. Do I look like somebody who would negotiate with a bank? No. Here I am, ta-da! Thank heavens Ken Goins was with me. You know, and basically all I said was, we know that this property is ours.
Time for Mardi Gras.
And the how we're going to pay for it and do everything we're going to do with it, we don't know. But we know God knows. And I expected the banker to go, you are full of something. But he said, because in that moment, I had enough faith to say those words. Does that make sense to you? And he obviously felt it or heard it or something. That it's ours. I told him about us all coming in here and all the kids being excited and everybody being excited and that we knew it was our space. And he believed me. Do you understand that when you talk from a place of faith, people believe you? Because you believe yourself. There's the deal. So, how we're going to stay here is a process that Brenda gifted us years and years ago, but she's fleshed it out even more. I will tell you, we're going to do just a smattering of it this morning. Just a tiny bit. The last Wednesday night in May, I'm going to do a whole evening of this, just for your information. But it is something that will help those of us who really are committed and know that this is ours to do. To come together and learn how to do it. It's nothing hard, I promise you. It's about awareness. It's about being aware of who I am, that I am the Christ. That I'm not waiting for somebody else to come and save me from anything, that I take 100% responsibility for who I am as a person. I take 100% responsibility for who I am as I show up in this spiritual community. That's a biggie. You ever have a day when you feel skanky? I do. And sometimes I have to say to Missy or Deb or Sharon, I'm feeling skanky. And they have to love on me a little bit. That's okay. That's what we're here for. But being aware of ourselves. Knowing that my presence matters here. Do you know that your presence matters here? Some of you are going, we can do more than grunt here. I'll let you talk. Remember? Because, yes, we are a spiritual community, but without you, then we have a hole. I'm going to say that again. Without you, we have a hole. Because your vibration is part of all of this. If I handed out a puzzle with pieces, you would have a piece of it. And if we tried to create the puzzle, we would have a piece missing.
Your presence is important. And our intent is important. Our intention here is to be love and joy and peace, and everything else. And you all did not convince me. We are love, joy, and peace, and everything else we release. That's fun to see. It's not as much fun to do. Because sometimes I like to glom onto something that's not love and joy and peace. Does anybody else do that occasionally? I like to grab onto it. And then I go, oops. And I find myself sinking in the water just like Peter was. And then I have to remind myself, I am love and joy and peace. I don't have to hold on to this. I can release it. I've got a friend I can call. I've got something that I can do. So where do we begin? This is Brenda Williams' slide again. The only thing the children of Creator have yet to do is to choose to remember what is already in their hearts and use their gifts included by the Creator. That's all we have left to do. So what I'm going to do is teach you something this morning. Very, very simple. It's called Reset Breath and Quiet Touch. I'm going to talk about it just a tad. We're going to do the first part of it, and then we're going to do the second part of it, because when I first learned it from Brenda years ago, it was just reset breath. That's all it was. You've heard me say many times that when we live in our bodies, many, many times when something is going on and we don't know how to deal with it, we hold our breath. How many of you know that you do that? So the first thing to do when you get in a situation like that is not to take a deep breath in, because that's kind of what we think we need to do. You've got to blow out. Because you've got to get rid of everything that's in you so that your mind will clear. Does that make sense? So what I want everybody to do is exhale very fully. And then we're just going to take 3 breaths in and out. I just want you to feel what that feels like. It's important that the first thing you do is blow out. But now I'm going to teach you something called quiet touch. Take your left hand, put it on your heart. It's important that it's your left hand. Take your right hand and put it like down on your belly. In fact, if you really want to do this thoroughly, your thumb should go in your belly button. Some of you may have clothes that you can't even find your belly button, but if you can, yay. So when we are breathing the quiet breath, these are where your hands are going to go. Does that make sense? Because the first breath is really the reset. And the next 3 are to bring you to love, joy, and peace, which is what you don't anymore. It's just reminding. So you see where your hands are going? Take them down. This is just a practice. We're going to breathe out big once, and then we're going to do 3 breaths with our hands.
want you to sit there just a minute and feel how you feel as a friend. And then when you open your eyes, I'm going to explain what you just did. These are Brenda's words. That first breath that you release, one breath to connect your higher intelligence. Think about Peter again. When you get all, this is a very scientific word, boogered up with thoughts that are taking you anywhere than a peaceful place. You've got to blow out and get that out of your system. I've found myself in certain situations. Yesterday, I had my mom over for birthday lunch. Some of you know my mom and I aren't the best of buddies. And I found myself several times going, but you know the nice thing about it is, I didn't have to go over in a corner and go, you got your breath with you everywhere. So no matter what it is, you can do this without anybody even knowing what you're doing. That's a cool thing. Then you have one touch with both hands to activate your body's intelligence. That's for you to understand that your body knows what to do. Your body knows how to get back to peace. It knows. How many of you have ever known someone that went into the hospital and they put them in a coma because they needed to get back to peace? Does that make sense? Your body knows how to do that automatically when you say yes. And then it just takes one moment of 3 little breaths to sustain resonance within the great field of possibilities. And I love that Brenda used those words because when I'm in this monkey mind, I can't see possibilities at all. When Peter was out there about ready to fall down into the water, he didn't see any possibilities. But when I breathe in that place and my body helps me remember who I really am, then I see the possibilities. We are unity of Music City. We are many voices, one spirit. We are here remembering our oneness with everybody. We say all are welcome, no matter who they are, where they came from, what they believe. We are the ones that we believe. And we are here to create more experiences like last Saturday of authentic transformation. Namaste.
If our higher intelligence already knows, and our mind and our body already knows, then sometimes we have to get to that place where we can trust in our quiet voice, because the scripture says that it doesn't come in a big fire. It doesn't come in a huge whirlwind, a loud noise. It doesn't come in a tornado. It doesn't come in a hurricane. It doesn't come in a storm. It comes in a quiet, gentle whisper. And it's inside of all of us. And if we connect those things, it's going to be all right. Tune into your station. Get that signal loud. there through the years. Tune into your station. You've heard it sound before. It starts out like a whisper and it ends up like a roar. It's gonna be alright, alright. It's the frequency of love through the hard times in your life. It's gonna be alright, alright. When you turn up the volume on the quiet voice inside. Tune into your station. Let it guide you down the road. When you're standing at the crossroads and you don't know where to go, tune into your station. When the night is falling fast, keep searching through the deafening noise, but pick it up at last. It's gonna be alright, alright. It's the frequency of love through the hard times in your life. It's gonna be alright, alright. When you turn up the volume on the quiet voice inside. And when the crazy is raging, storm inside won't give you any peace at night. You pace the floor, know where to go. Just reach for your radio. It's gonna be alright, alright. The frequency of love coming through the hard times in your life. It's gonna be alright, alright. When you turn up the volume on the quiet voice inside, it's gonna be alright. Oh, it's gonna be alright, alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Oh, it's gonna be alright, alright, alright. When you turn up the volume on the quiet voice inside. Now we need to sing this. Okay, so everybody on your feet. We're trying to get a reggae vibe here. So you're gonna have to move a little reggae. And we've got these great singers that are teaching us that chorus. So again, we're gonna do a little call and response here. So it's gonna be alright, 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 alright. It's gonna be alright, alright, alright. Keep going. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. If you keep on living life and loving, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright, darling. It's gonna be alright. You gotta listen to your voice on the inside. You gotta know that love and joy that keeps it strong. It's gonna be alright, 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 alright. When you turn on the quiet voice inside, it's gonna be, oh, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright, alright, it's gonna be alright, alright, turn up the volume on the quiet voice inside.
Hey, Judy, can we bring her back? Oh, I'm sorry. Was everybody listening to that? Thank you, Allison. That was awesome. Awesome. Yes, please. It's time now for us to do our sacred walk of abundance. And as you know, what we do is we make our financial commitment to our spiritual community by coming forward and putting it here into the singing bowl. And be sure to remember to take an affirmation for the week. Take your gift, your tithes and your offerings in your hand, and say the offering blessing with me, please. I live and move and have my being in this abundant universe. It is in giving that I receive. So we lift our hands, we open our minds and our hearts and our souls. We are love, joy, and peace. Everything else. We are love, joy, and peace. Everything else we release. And we know as we are love, joy, and peace, it comes rolling back to us. in our individual lives, in our jobs, in our families, in this spiritual home. And it comes back to us heaped up, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, for that's the law, and so it is. Amen. I got to tell you something. The thing that stood out to me the most today, although I heard every word, the thing that stood out to me the most today was when Reverend D was talking about the fact that every single one of us is important to this. When any one of us is missing, a vital piece of the puzzle is missing. So what I want to ask you to do is when we circle up and join hands to sing the peace song, to remember something we used to do in unity all the time. Your left hand goes this way, your right hand goes this way. So your left hand is always face palm up, right hand is palm down. It'll work, trust me. And as we do that, the energy will flow around the circle. Stand and sing with us.
Yes, dear.
I asked Torin if you'd help me do the sign afterwards. So
Is he here?
Is that okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that he came to church. He was at camps last night.
Oh, yeah, he's here.
Okay.
Yep. He looks a little tired.
They didn't sleep. Is that okay with you?